living life is stage. Hey, hey, 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 love yourself first, explicitly. You owe it to yourself to move with that energy. Empower your self-esteem. Self-love is king. That's the only way to win. That's how you empower your dreams. Living life is stage. Hey, hey, living life is stage. Hey, hey, living life is stage. Hey, hey, living life is stage. Hey, hey.
Hey Lifer Tribe, welcome to another video, Living Life with Stay. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And in case you didn't know it, I'm Stay. And since you're here, please consider hitting the subscribe button and becoming a permanent part of this Lifer Tribe. We would absolutely love to have you. So I want to talk about procrastination a little bit today, and what is it that you're really waiting for, and are you even a procrastinator, or maybe have you just changed your mind? What is it that's keeping you from doing whatever it is that you want to do, or at least you thought you wanted to do? Because sometimes that's exactly what the issue is. Maybe you don't want to do that thing anymore, and maybe that's why you're putting it off. Or are there really certain circumstances that are keeping you from doing it? Is it a lack of support? What is it? Because until you figure out why it is that you're not doing the thing that you say you want to do, then you're probably never going to do it. And what's going to end up happening is you're just going to make excuse after excuse, and it's still never going to get done. And as my grandmother said, there comes a time when you need to poop or get off the pot. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So the first thing I want to talk about are certain circumstances that can sometimes push us into procrastination. And one of the main circumstances that I hear from so many of my life coaching clients is, I really want to do this, but the way my life is set up, I just don't have the time. And time is, in my opinion, like one of the worst excuses in the world, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all have the same 365 days a year, the same 7 days a week. And some people are able to achieve a lot, and some people were able to achieve very little. Now, I know it might sound contradictory to things that I've said in past videos when I talk about not comparing your journey to anybody else's. However, I'm talking about this on more of a broader spectrum. You know that you are capable of achieving any goal that anybody else is capable of achieving. Now, you may not necessarily achieve it in the same amount of time or in the same way, but if you have a particular goal and you have not even been able to muster up the time to even start working towards that goal, then that's a procrastination issue. It's not a time issue, and you have to figure out, why are you procrastinating? Are you procrastinating because you don't feel that you have the resources and support that you need? Because if that's the case, then you need to start looking elsewhere for your resources and support. So many times we expect resources and support to come from certain people, certain places, certain organizations, and we just have in our mind that this is where these resources and support are going to come from, and if I don't get it from this place, then I'm kind of stopped dead in my tracks. No, you have options. There is more than one way to achieve any goal. And so don't get yourself so locked into thinking that you have to do something in a particular way that when someone doesn't act the way you need them to act, or produce like you need them to produce, or support you in the way that you wanted them to support you, that now you just can't do the thing. You have to be able to stretch yourself, think outside of the box, and find new ways to accomplish your goals. Never let the actions of someone else dictate whether or not you'll reach your goal. If someone tells you no, if someone tells you they can't, if someone says they're not interested, then you just find that next someone. And if it's because you feel like, Oh, I'm already working a full-time job. Oh, I have kids. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I need you to get really, really honest with yourself about how you are spending each minute of your day. If you get really honest about how you're spending each minute of your day, you're going to realize that you waste more time than you even thought was possible. How much time do you spend scrolling on social media? How much time do you spend socializing with your friends? How much time do you spend texting? How much time do you spend going out to eat? How much time do you spend binge watching things on Netflix? Like, there is so much time that we waste and we don't even realize we're wasting that time. Now, I'm not saying that you should never take that self-care time, that woo-saw time, that relaxation time, but when you're trying to achieve a goal, that time needs to be scheduled just like everything else. You can't just say, okay, well, you know what, today I'm going to chill out. You know what, today I'm tired. It's been a long day. I don't feel like doing this. Achieving goals is always going to require some amount of sacrifice. Something's going to have to give. And when you are trying to achieve a goal that is something that you feel like is beneficial to you, whether it's a weight loss goal, a business goal, a financial goal, a relationship goal, working on those things can also serve as self-care. Don't think that self-care always means relaxing on the couch, laying on the beach, going to brunch, going shopping, doing those things. Self-care is actually anything that you are doing that is investing in you, investing in your well-being, putting yourself first. And so maybe self-care time for you could look like researching that LLC, getting your food plan together, doing meal prep. Instead of putting it off to do self-care things, look at that as your self-care, because that is something that you're doing that is directly investing in you. And so using time, using resources, using support, those kind of things are just excuses. They're not true reasons why you're not achieving the goal. And so being able to achieve those goals and do what you need to do is first of all going to take you being 100% honest with yourself about why you're allowing these small roadblocks to turn into setbacks and excuses that are keeping you from achieving your goal. And when you're going through that thought process, you may also realize that maybe that goal is just not as important to you as it once was. Sometimes we have to just let ourselves off the hook, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. We change and evolve on a regular basis, and sometimes we don't give ourselves the chance to reevaluate and reanalyze some of the things that we said we wanted to do. Maybe that thing that you wanted to achieve no longer serves you. Maybe it was a goal of yours to go back to school and get a degree, but now you started a business and your business is thriving and you're picking up clients and you're selling a lot of products and you're feeling fulfilled, but you had told yourself that you wanted to go back to school and you needed to go back to school. And so you keep saying that's a goal of yours, but you never do what it takes to get back into school. But maybe that's no longer a true goal for yours. Maybe if you really think about it, you'll realize that that fulfillment that you thought going back to school would give you, you're actually getting that from your business. You don't have to lock yourself into doing every single thing that you said you were going to do. If it no longer serves you, if it no longer has a place in your life, release yourself from it. Now, of course, I'm not saying to give up on everything just because you haven't done it. What I'm saying is reevaluate and just make sure that that's something that still fits your life, that that's something that you're still interested in doing, because you never want to do things just because you said that's what you were going to do, or just because you think that's what you're supposed to do, or you don't want to go back on your word to yourself. Because what really matters is doing the things that really matter, doing the things that are going to make you feel good. Don't stress yourself out trying to achieve goals that don't even matter anymore. If you're feeling fulfilled, if your life is full, if your cup is overflowing, then you're in a good spot. Which leads me to the next thing when it comes to procrastination. Sometimes you're just trying to do too much. So just like I said, you have plenty of time when you really want to do something. But if you're trying to do too many things, just like we all have the same 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 365 days in a year, that's literally all we have. So maybe you don't need to be trying to do all the things. One thing I tell people all the time is I hate the little buzzword multitasking. Multitasking to me makes absolutely no sense. Yes, you have the ability to do more than one task at a time. However, are you doing both of those tasks with excellence? Prioritizing is much more productive than multitasking. When you're multitasking, you only have one brain. So that means your one brain can only focus 100% on one thing at a time. And if you think that that's not true, just do the math. And so if you're trying to start a business, you're also trying to start a nonprofit, you're also trying to learn a new language, you're also trying to advance in your career, you're also looking for love, you're also, trying to build your empire, build a new house. That's a lot of stuff that you're trying to do. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with taking things in small, bite-sized pieces and doing one thing at a time. So many times we set these goals and we start to procrastinate because we're burning ourselves out. Where if we would just do one thing at a time, do it to the best of our ability, do it in excellence, then we can move on to the next thing. Don't put so much on your plate at one time where you make it almost impossible to achieve it. Don't think that your brain can multitask and split itself up into so many different projects that you're going to be able to complete anything in excellence. So reevaluate your goals. You don't necessarily have to remove anything or decide that you're not going to do anything, but what you can do is prioritize it. Okay, this is what I want to do now. This is what's most important to me. Or maybe you want to prioritize it by what will be the easiest to achieve so that you can get it out of the way, so to speak. Prioritize things so that you don't procrastinate. Prioritize things so that you don't burn out and end up not achieving anything. You have to be realistic with the things that you're doing. You have to give yourself an honest chance to be able to achieve these things and realize that Rome wasn't built in a day, and so neither is this grand life that you want to have. But the thing is, while you're doing it, you want to be able to enjoy it. It's going to take some hard work. Again, no matter whether you have a fitness goal, a health goal, a financial goal, all of these things are going to take work. All of these things are going to take dedication. All of these things are going to take commitment, but they don't have to be at the cost of mental exhaustion and burnout. So as we go into this new year, I just want you to take these last couple of months, these last few weeks, just to evaluate the things that you have set forth as goals and to really look at them as to whether or not I'm procrastinating because I don't feel like I have the support I need. Am I procrastinating because I don't feel like I have the time I need? Or am I procrastinating because I'm just trying to do too much at one time? Or am I procrastinating because I really am not even interested in doing that thing anymore? And once you get real clear on what your true reason for procrastination is, you'll be able to move towards the goal with a lot more clarity, with a lot more ease. Give yourself grace. Be honest with yourself. Do the things that matter to you. And if it really matters to you, you're not going to let lack of time, lack of resources keep you from doing it. If it really matters to you, you're not going to have a problem putting 100% effort into that one thing and then coming back to the other thing the next time around. You want to be able to operate in excellence. You want to be able to operate with full mental clarity. You want to be able to operate with optimum energy. It's no fun when you burn yourself out because then you can't even enjoy the things that you've worked so hard on. So hopefully this video has impacted someone in such a way where they're going to sit down and reprioritize their goals and be honest with themselves. I hope that I've given somebody some inspiration to be easier on themselves and give yourself grace. And I just want you all to go into 2025 with a clear vision and a clear mind and optimum energy and joy. So thank you all once again for tuning in. I love each and every one of you to bits and pieces. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, please feel free to reach out at www.stayhall.com for a complimentary 20-minute consultation. And I would love to help each and every one of you achieve your goals in 2025 and beyond. And y'all know the drill. Always be kind and love one another. But don't forget to live your life. LYFE. Love yourself first explicitly. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Living life is gangsta. Hey, hey. 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 Love yourself first, explicitly. You owe it to yourself to move with that energy. Empower your self-esteem. Self-love is king. That's the only way to win. That's